Hello everyone, you have come to Tata Comic Preview channel. Let read together. Have fun. The door of the room easily opened, as though it was pushed open by a gentle breeze. Bam. 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 A cold light flashed for a moment before eerie energy blades stabbed into the bed. The black figure immediately realized that the bed was not occupied. He retreated as quickly as he could. Then, he heard a voice from above. "Comrade, you're late. Mind joining me up here to watch the moon?" The black figure looked up. He decided to give up there and then. He turned around and vanished. Zhenghai, who was sitting on the roof, could not help but feel slightly taken aback. So fast? The black figure moved away from the area, shooting past the corridor and a plaza. Just as he was about to leave the southern pavilion, a mocking voice rang from above him. "Hey, there, where are you going in the dead of night?" The black figure looked up and saw Mingxian hanging upside down on the thick beam of the entrance. He was hanging between the words, Southern Pavilion. The black figure was not nervous. He changed directions decisively. With a leap, he made his way to the Western Pavilion. He could only reach the Northern Pavilion from the Western Pavilion. From the Northern Pavilion, he could go down the mountain. He did not fly. He stuck to the ground, rooftops, and the various buildings. His movements were nimble and swift. He had just entered the Western Pavilion when he smelled the aromatic scent of booze. "Who's there? Come, join me for a drink." The black figure frowned. He changed direction again. There were 4 pavilions. The Eastern Pavilion was out of the question since the old villain was there. However, he had no way to get to the Northern Pavilion. After mulling it over, he leaped into the air and decisively flew toward the Northern Pavilion. However, as he flew, he realized something was amiss. Why aren't they giving chase? The thought had just appeared in his mind when a yellow-feathered arrow sailed across the sky like a meteor. Boom. The black figure caught it with one hand and somersaulted in the air. Then, about 10 more energy arrows came at him. Whoosh. 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 They resembled a fireworks display. Bam. 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 The black figure moved nimbly and tried to avoid the incoming attacks. He dodged the energy arrows as he dove down and landed near the Northern Pavilion. A hoarse voice reached his ears. "How does it feel to be surrounded?" The black figure saw another black figure facing him with his back. Then, the figure turned around slowly. The moonlight shone on the person's face. He wore a silver mask. Lang Luo's hoarse voice rang in the air. "Li Yunzhao warned you not to act recklessly." "I had no choice," the black figure replied. "Even I have to abide by the rules here, let alone you. Do you think that you'll do better than me?" Lang Luo's tone was calm, but every single word struck home. The black figure said, "I know it's difficult. Even if it means death?" "Death?" The black figure lowered himself slowly. "That's too early to say." Whoosh. A black mist appeared and the black figure vanished. Whiz. A huge avatar that was 100 feet tall suddenly materialized before Lang Luo. Energy spilled into his surroundings. Boom. The avatar shrunk at an extreme speed. Dao invisibility of the other tribes? Lang Luo cultivated Dao invisibility himself. He knew what this skill meant. Hence, before the black figure disappeared, he used the instant burst of energy to attack his surroundings. It was now quiet. At this moment, Zhenghai and the others arrived. Pan Litian sauntered over as well. "Old Lang, can you handle this or what?" Pan Litian asked lazily. Hua Yueshing hovered in midair. The energy bow in her hand vanished. Zhenghai said, "No way, a person of the same trade?" "Tui, we're not of the same trade. I mean, he got away." Mingxian spread his arms. "You guys had to insist on a game of catching the mice and bet on the direction he would take. Happy now?" Lang Luo raised his hand to silence the others. I've injured him. He won't get far. Pan Litian was nonchalant. He lazily took a sip of wine before saying, Little AI, there's no need to worry. He won't get away. Who are you calling little AI? My name's fucking Zhenghai Jian. That man must have cultivated the Dao invisibility skill of the other tribes, Lang Luo said. During their golden years, many other tribesmen cultivated the cultivation methods of Great Yen. Among the various methods, the other tribes managed to create an extreme escaping technique with the Dao invisibility. Doesn't this mean he'll get away? Zhenghai Jian widened his eyes. That man had come to assassinate him. The others were nonchalant, but Zhenghai Jian was not. He won't get away, Pan Litian laughed and said, we'll have to see who gets to catch this rat first. Hua Wudao said, Elder Lang has struck him too harshly. How could he get away after the instant blast of primal chi from the 100-foot avatar? It's boring to catch a rat like that. Despite his words, he moved quickly into the distance, unleashing his 6 compatible seals. Lang Luo looked up at Hua Yueshing, who was in the air. The air is your territory. I'll leave it to you. Hua Yueshing felt invigorated. She cupped her hands and said, rest assured, Elder Lung. Let's see if he dares to show up in the air. Lang Luo stepped forward with his hands on his back and disappeared in a blink of an eye. Speechless, Zhenghai Jian looked around himself. Fellow friends, how can you be so flippant? I'm relying on you. Can you be more serious about this? Ming Shi'en patted his shoulder. He rolled his eyes and said, you're a 5-leaf elite, aren't you? So what if I'm a 5-leaf cultivator? Can't a 5-leaf cultivator be afraid? Zhenghai Jian complained inwardly. Outwardly, he said, you're right, Brother Ming. Thank you for the reminder. Go away, don't get too close to me. I think you can have a good conversation about life with my 8th junior brother. We're not the same kind of people, you and I. You don't have the strength of character or the moral backbone, do you understand? Ming Shi'en vanished after he finished speaking. At the back of the mountain, outside the cave of reflection. Under the darkness of the night, nothing could be seen. A black figure with a hand pressed on his chest looked in the direction of the cave of reflection. He cautiously surveyed his surroundings. When he was certain he was alone, he began to move slowly. At this moment, a golden gourd bottle sailed through the air. The black figure stayed close to the ground. He hid his aura when he saw the golden gourd. After the golden gourd disappeared, he looked up. He had underestimated the power of the evil sky pavilion. He could sense powerful energies barring his routes of escape in all directions. The back of the mountain was the only option left for him. The black figure suppressed his surging chi and blood as he could before he picked up pace. At this moment, Yu Shangrong, who was sitting with his legs crossed and eyes shut, as he adjusted his condition, moved his ears. Who's there? Swoosh. The figure entered the barrier and moved to Yu Shangrong's side. Jiang Liang stayed in the divine capital most of the time. He would only leave when he was on a mission. He knew a thing or two about the evil sky pavilion. Unfortunately, he did not know the person before him. He had assumed since the man before him was imprisoned here, the man must be an enemy of the evil sky pavilion. Don't make a sound. Otherwise, you'll die. Jiang Liang held one hand against his chest as he looked at Yu Shangrong. A suspicious expression appeared on his face as he probed the man before him.